Welcome to this new Astro chat, and in this little video, we chat to Howard from Astro HBF. He's an astrophotographer down in England. He travels all about England and sometimes Wales to get the dark skies. He mainly focuses on like deep sky things and then incorporates it with the landscape. So he's quite a good, deep sky astrophotographer. He gets all those different layers and different colors and merges them together and uses them in landscape astrophotography. So he's got a good YouTube channel as well. It's worth watching. He's got some awesome little astro vlogs and good experiences. So I thought I'll have a chat with him. So as normal, I'll put all his socials down below so you can always check him out. And yeah, we'll just go right into the chat. Howard, isn't it? Is it Howard?
That's right, Howard, yeah.
Perfect, Howard. So whereabouts are you like located? Because I see you're kind of going all over the place.
I'm based in Harrogate.
Harrogate.
In North Yorkshire, but yeah, have to travel quite a lot to get dark skies. Like last night, for example, I was in Wales in Aberdaron, and that's like 4 hours from mine.
Oh Jesus Christ!
I got in at 6 a.m. I'm absolutely knackered now. But yeah, as you know, there's no Astro Dark up north anymore, so I've got to travel to get the skies. So I was just getting the last bit of Milky Way before it's gone.
Before it's gone. Because I've pretty much put retired my cameras until Noctis and Clouds. Really, there's nothing to do up here in May now. So
it must be crazy for you guys. It's even lighter up there.
Yeah, even lighter than us for us. It's really annoying. I remember ages ago. Remember that Comet Neowise? Everyone down south was getting good pictures. We could get a wee bit, but we were still too bright, and you couldn't get any detail in the Comet.
Oh, it was so amazing. Nice. That's still probably one of my best Astro nights I've ever had. I've got a vlog of the night shooting Comet Neowise. It was absolutely amazing. It was so cool to see as well on Instagram, everybody posting the same pic of Neowise next to Noctilucent Cloud. But then, it's too bright, too bright for you. Normally, I spend the year being jealous of your skies and the aurora, but now this time of year, definitely not.
I mean, Scotland's kind of given us now aurora like mad. Like, I mean, you're catching aurora sometimes, but I think you're just getting like the top of it, like the pink and the reds.
That's right, little dribble.
Yeah, we're getting like a full-on slap in the face by it just now, which is good.
Those pictures are amazing on your Instagram. Absolutely amazing.
But hopefully, we're coming into solar maximum, isn't it? A couple of years, and then I'm sure England will get some good shows.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really understand it. I just find that whenever I'm asleep or not out or it's cloudy, that's when it kicks off.
That's what kicks off, yeah. And I think in the next couple of years, it'll be pretty much out every night. Well, near enough every.
Wow.
Clear night, I don't know, but we'll see. But you're mainly just Milky Way, aren't you?
Pretty much. I'm getting into nebula as well. My favorite sort of thing to shoot is the likes of Orion and things like that. I've got kit now where I can pick up the nebula. I've got HA filters, etc. So landscape, nebula, and Milky Way is absolutely my sort of bread and butter of what I like to shoot.
Yeah, you pretty much kind of like nailed it on the head. I would never class myself as a deep sky photographer. I just don't do a lot of science, but I mean, you get some insane detail. So just tracking and then all these HL, or do you have like astro modded cameras and stuff like that?
That's right. Yeah. So I class the deep space stuff as just like that. That's like my side hobby, if you know what I mean. That's sort of little passion projects. I love doing the deep space, but my main that I shoot is landscape astrophotography. But yeah, I've got my gear here. I literally just come back in a few hours ago. So I've got an A7 III H alpha modded, and I've got another A7 III which I've just picked up recently that's full spectrum modded. So the full spectrum I use with the 135, and that will either be filters, HA filter, or bare, just shooting RGB with that. And then the H alpha mod is what I used to do pretty much all my landscape stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you can see it in your work. It definitely brings out more detail. It kind of scares me, all that stuff.
It's amazing. If you're not modded, you're going to need to do it.
Yeah, I was going to say, is it definitely worth getting a modded camera? Yeah.
I cannot recommend enough. That for me really steps up my game. Between getting the camera modded and picking up the tracker, it just leaps and bounds. Like you just see a jump in the quality and the color and the detail in all of my work. I was go through Instagram, all of a sudden it just completely steps up. Cannot recommend it enough. Just getting into dabbling in vlogging with the full spectrum because it lets more light in, but it washes out all the colors. So it's a funny one.
I think Alan Wallace did a video, and it's kind of more black and white.
That's right.
But
It's
you see
weird. It's
much
like a
more light.
washed out, muddy color.
Yeah,
I've shot a vlog. I've not edited it yet. I'll be putting up a vlog fairly soon that shows
nice.
what it's like to vlog with a full spectrum camera. So hopefully that'll be of some use to a few people.
That would be pretty cool. Yeah, yeah. Do you get like? Is there a lot of darks? Well, I know you said you have to like travel for dark skies. Where would you say the darkest sky is in England? Like, I know the Lake District's probably good.
So
Or do you
yeah,
just
so
go to
for
Wales?
us, me and my mates, we're close to Yorkshire Dales. That's probably the closest sort of ish dark skies for us. We're sort of half an hour, 40 minutes from there, but it's not really that dark. Like the best you're going to get is Bottle 4 straight up, and then just light pollution all around you, all on the horizon. So
Yeah,
best place for us really is still a good hour and a half, 2 hours drive, and you head to either of the coasts. So yeah, we've got the
yeah,
lakes, or we head east and we go to the east coast and shoot from the sea there. But
yeah.
I will travel. I'll go absolutely wherever. So last night, clear was I was either going to West Coast Barrow-in-Furness or I was going down to Wales. So I went down to
Jesus.
Wales.
Yeah, no, you do travel. Some of your vlogs are like Northumberland, and then you're down in Wales, and you're like, Jesus Christ, it's kind of
I will
everywhere.
put the miles in. I really will. And
Yeah, but
when I'm lucky, I can get work to pay the mileage as well. So
oh, nice, good. Yeah, yeah. Use it as an expense. Anything you can put as an expense to it. Yeah, because in Scotland it's quite annoying. Like, we have to go to obviously the coast is the best, but if we're shooting south for like Milky Way, up to the Highlands is lovely, but then you're looking over like the Central Belt.
all of us, yeah, just ruin it
You've
for you.
got all you've got all kind of Glasgow, Stirling, Edinburgh way like in the south. So all our dark skies at the north, but looking south is always like I was in Glencoe just recently. Look, lovely dark skies, but have to look south for the Milky Way. But you could see Glasgow's light pollution, even though it's like 20 miles away.
Yeah,
Very annoying. But
I
yeah,
would love to do Scotland. I really do want to do
yeah,
top of Scotland, Bottle 1. It would be amazing.
yeah, yeah.
One day.
Scott, I think we are pretty lucky in Scotland, the amount of dark skies we've got. And to be honest,
So
the stuff
whereabouts
that
are you
goes.
based?
So I'm Perthshire, just kind of just middle, like pretty much north side of the central belt. So you get Glasgow, Edinburgh, and all that in the middle, and I'm just a tiny
Right.
bit north. So it's quite good, quite well positioned. I can kind of go south and north, and I'm right in slap bang in the middle of Scotland, so I can get anywhere within like 3-4 hours, which is pretty handy.
But you still got
Um,
to travel.
but I still got to travel. But I kind of like it because I think every photographer starts off with like telescopes and stuff, and I kind of got bored with that. So you kind of prefer traveling and stuff. It's the adventures and stuff you get up to, which is pretty cool.
I
Um,
was sort of the other way
yeah,
around. I
yeah,
I used to just vlog, and I used
yeah,
to do camera videos on YouTube, and it was picking up the A7 III, and I just got it because I wanted a full frame, and it wasn't to
uh-huh,
shoot night sky or anything like that. But I just ended up starting to shoot astro with it, and I dabbled a little bit because I used to have one of the crop sensor Sony's A6300 or something like that, and I'd had
uh-huh,
a go with a 12mm Samyang and liked shooting astro, but it wasn't until I picked up the full frame in the A7 III and started to shoot
yeah,
that I absolutely just fell in love with shooting astro. So I've sort of gone. I was always a wide shooter. It was always
yeah,
the 14mm Samyang. That's pretty much all of my Instagram built up from 2019. All was on the 14mm Samyang until I've
yeah.
eventually started to get longer lenses now. So I'm sort of starting from the other end and going into longer focal
Yeah.
lengths.
Yeah, true. I mean, yeah, well, you're like me, just love Samyang. I think I found your stuff by watching one of your like Samyang reviews. Because yeah, just like Samyang lenses, they're cheap and they do the
That's
job
it.
really, really well.
That's it for the money. I think they're absolutely spot on.
So
I've been lucky enough to work with them a couple of times now as well. So the
yeah,
24 mil and the 135 that I shoot with that were both gifted to me.
yeah, and that's amazing. I think yeah, that's literally how I found your stuff. Just reviewing Samyang stuff. I like watching your Samyang
I do
reviews.
need to do more reviews, and I've fallen into not posting very much anyway at the moment, but only posting vlogs because I enjoy it. It's easy to
Mhm.
make. I can film and edit and put out a vlog in the space of like a couple hours. Whereas for me
Yeah,
to make a full review video or an editing tutorial, it takes me absolutely hours. I put it out,
yeah,
it gets no views. So I'm just like, what's the
yeah,
point in doing this? But I
yeah.
do like to, that the whole aim of mine is to give out free information and try and
Yeah.
get people into doing this. So it's trying to get more people shooting astro. That's
Yeah,
the whole
yeah,
aim of my channel.
yeah, yeah. No, you could just pretty much incorporate, like, say, your reviews in your vlogs as well. So it's kind of just a, you know, um, yeah, all in one sort of thing. Video, yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
taken off yet though. I've not been able to make it full time.
No, it's pretty hard to make things full time these days, isn't it? Jesus. Um, what else was I going to say? Oh, you went to Iceland in that, didn't you?
I did,
So you got,
and
so you got
I
a wee bit of the Northern Lights, which is
didn't
cool.
vlog it, but finally seen the
I know
Northern
I was
Lights for
because
the first
I
time.
saw when you were in Iceland, I was like, oh, this will be a cool vlog when it comes out. Never saw a vlog. I'm like, what the hell?
Didn't vlog it at all. It was just because it was there only there for like 3-4 days, and it was just pure
Uh-huh.
traveling the whole time, just driving. So
Yeah, it's
just
a lot of
ended up
driving,
not
eh?
having the time to pick up the camera really. But yeah, the Northern Lights. There was, I can't remember, but there was a very bright moon. There was nothing forecast, and it wasn't supposed to be clear either. And then
Yeah,
it all came together and just stood outside the Airbnb, and even just to see a tiny bit of Northern Lights,
so
it was absolutely amazing. Absolutely
yeah.
loved.
I'm glad. I know Iceland's done even in the day, just traveling about. It's a pretty cool landscape. You got any other plans or holidays?
Stunning.
So,
We'll definitely be doing an Astro trip at some point to the Canaries or something along those lines
yeah,
later on this year. I don't
yeah,
know when, but there'll be definitely be an Astro vlog from somewhere dark
that'd
before
be
the end
cool.
of
I
the
think
year.
every astrophotographer wants to go to La Palma. I think,
That's the one.
yeah, people who have been speaking to this every time I say, "Oh, where do you plan on going?" Everyone's like, "La Palma would be awesome." Like, yeah, I think everyone just wants to go to La Palma.
I would
It's,
love to. Absolutely
yeah,
love to. Yeah, the
I,
skies
I
look
just,
incredible.
yeah, I just think if you went to La Palma, because it's so famous now with astrophotographers, you just go there and the summit would just be filled with photographers, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'd be
Might
amazing
be
to,
people we know.
yeah, yeah, it'd be amazing just to go. What was I going to say? What editing softwares do you use for all your?
Editing. So I am pretty basic. It is literally Photoshop Lightroom. I put all the pics through Lightroom. I then take off the sharpening and the denoise, and then literally just move them. I export them as TIFFs, and then I
Yeah,
stack it, put it into Photoshop, and that's where I do all of my editing. I do use a paid plugin, which I don't like to show in my editing tutorials because I like people to be able to do what we're doing for free. But I
yeah,
use Astro Panel a bit. But other than
yeah,
that, yeah, it's literally just Deep Sky Stacker or Sequator,
yeah,
Lightroom, Photoshop, and I edit my vlogs on an old Mac using Final Cut.
yeah, yeah. It's pretty basic. Can I use that myself? Lightroom, Photoshop. But there is one for panels, PTGui. Insane. It does cost quite a lot. It was like
Okay,
£170 for a software. I was like, Jesus. But yeah, that
you
like
use it.
all the 360s and stuff, it stitches that like no bother and stuff.
Those are amazing. I don't
Yeah,
have you got a tutorial on how you do that?
I do, but it was like a year ago. I don't know if it's any good. It's still somewhere on the channel on how to do it.
Definitely have to
Pretty
look that
much.
out.
Where's
They look
my?
amazing. I've no idea how
But
you do
yeah,
it.
it's all about the. I mean, I've got that. So you pop that on the tripod, and then you pretty much just do a row of pictures looking down, and then a row of pictures looking up. So every like 360 panel is like, 30, 40, 50 images sometimes. So you're
Wow.
sitting there at like 20 seconds, one, and another one, all the way around. So you do like one looking up, one looking down, and then one straight up, one straight down. But it's all to do with the end software. Because I remember I used to try and stitch it in Lightroom and go, oh, let's try this and stitch it. It never stitches.
No,
As
it
soon as I
does.
got this PT GUI thing, it just stitched it all in one. So it's completely
I
down
have
to the
heard of
edit.
that actually. Yeah.
Yeah, it's completely down to the
Right.
editing softwares.
So you just go
Um,
as wide as possible with that then when
yeah,
you're
just do
shooting.
14 millimeter. And then like,
Hmm.
because I can't be bothered waiting maybe 30 seconds. Yeah, I said 20 seconds, but I'll probably just do like each image at like 10 to 15 seconds and just bump my ISO up. So if you like zoomed into it, it's probably very noisy. But just for the experience, on your phone, kind of looking about, does the job. Because
I mean,
you never
yeah, for
print really a
that short
360.
exposure, you get crazy detail in those images.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you just use the 14 millimeter with that. Yeah, just crank up the ISO just to save time because it takes like 20, 30 minutes to do one. But it looks really cool.
Ah,
So
so cool.
Um, and thankfully, I got one with like the Aurora. I had to get it when the Aurora was kind of like not doing anything because if it was dancing about and stitch it,
Oh,
it
the
was all
images wouldn't
moving.
stitch. Right.
Yeah, so it was a nightmare. But yeah, that was pretty fun. But yeah, you can do that. Which is pretty cool. But you do a lot of finals. I see you do
A lot of
decent
panos,
finals.
yeah. This time of year, especially, I try and get a Milky Arch every year, and I
Yeah,
try and improve on last year's. And I'm
yeah,
still chasing an image which I've missed again this year. I want the winter arch, I want the summer arch, and I want them reflecting, or I want to make a full circle of it,
all right,
and
yeah,
with a foreground in the middle as a pano. And I've got it in my head, and I've been chasing it for 2 years, and I've still not got it. So
yeah. No, that'd be cool.
hopefully
Well,
next year.
definitely like a feature on that PT Goo that was saying it gives you, say if you do a 360, it gives you that option to do like a wee mini planet and you see the whole sky, which is quite cool. So it gives you like loads of different ways of blending things. So you'd probably, I bet you'd like that because you could probably stitch like two arches together and you'd make a whole big thing.
So
Yeah,
worth the money then.
good. I would say so. Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, it's pretty good. But yeah. Um, Astral memories. I've always said just to everyone, what's the astral memory that they thought that was a good night or whatever? What's your like favorite couple of memories under the stars?
Definitely already said it, but the Neowise night
Yeah, it was.
was
Yeah,
just incredible. It was one of the best nights I've had shooting Astro. I
yeah,
wasn't tracking back then. I just picked up a Samyang 20mm.
yeah.
Didn't really know what was in store for that night, and it just literally had everything that night. So
Yeah.
there was Milky Way, there was Not So Lucid Clouds, there were planets, there was Neowise, and it's still one of my
Insane.
favorite shots that I've taken is at Skyhouse Reservoir, not too far away from me,
Uh,
and it's just a silhouette shot of me with Neowise behind it, and it didn't do very well because my Instagram wasn't very big at the time. So the image it did well for me at the time, but it didn't really
yeah.
get out there. But it's still definitely one of my
Great
favorite.
for like your photography CV. It's in your portfolio.
That's it. It's in there. I
Pretty
should
good.
dig it out, rehash it, and stick it back on now. Do a
Yeah.
bit better nowadays. But it's nights like that where you just absolutely love this hobby.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember
And
as you were saying, there was so many things in that sky. I remember seeing it for the first because we had like cloud for a while and it was like it's going to be out the sky with the time I see it. Plus it was light, as we said. But I remember finally going out. You could see like the comment like wow there, and then Noctis and Cloud started and like wow there, and then you could see Jupiter like Saturn, and then the ISS came over. I'm like oh my Jesus,
ISS as well, yes. Literally everything that night had absolutely
yeah,
everything that night. Yeah,
yeah, I
every
remember
now and
that.
then I'll go back and watch that vlog just
Yeah,
for
oh, it was absolutely
nostalgia.
everything. But it's good, like I've said to other people as well. It's good that like you do astro vlogs because it's we're never going to be like millionaires or make this a huge big thing. But it's great for just memories when we're all old and tired and stuff. It's great to look back and see what we did pretty much.
That's it.
Even though probably in the future we could probably film astro vlogs and under the stars with your phone the way technology is going. But it's good to capture memories like that. Neowise, you'll always have that video.
Just amazing. I hope we get something like that again at some point
Yeah,
soon. It's just,
yeah,
yeah, like the first time I saw Neowise, the first time I saw Orion on the back of a camera,
yeah,
just like absolutely jaw-dropping, amazing, like life-changing stuff like that. The first time I saw the Milky Way properly on the back of the camera, yeah,
yeah.
things like that. It's just, it will stay with you forever.
Yeah. Well, I want you to get a really good Aurora show now because
I would love
that'll
to. Those
gobsmack you.
shots that you've got, it's still bucket list stuff. And yeah, I
Yeah,
have seen Aurora, but I haven't seen it properly. So I'll definitely
yeah.
be doing some more
Oh, it'd
traveling
be
to see
amazing.
it.
I just always scream every time. Sometimes I don't like film it, but I'm like screaming, like, oh my God. I remember the last time it was in March. I was with my partner just watching it. I was just setting up the time lapse. I didn't have the film going. I was like, right, I need to film it soon. But then it just started exploding, and I was just like, holy shit. I was
Just
just like
amazing,
screaming and
just
then just
amazing.
running about. Oh, then
Oh, that,
yeah,
that
very
actually does
nice.
remind me of another time I was out shooting with a mate Steve, and we were at Thrustcost Reservoir again, just really close to us, and we were both walking. It's pitch black, walking through the woods by the side of the reservoir, and all of a sudden, out the corner of your eye, there's just an absolute fireball, and there was this huge
Yeah,
green
fireballs are cool.
fireball out the sky, and it was so bright it scared us, sort of thing.
Yeah,
It's things like that again that missed it on camera, but seeing that, it was
of course.
absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Like never
Yeah, have
seen
you ever
anything.
captured a big fireball with camera?
No, never
No,
been
neither have
lucky.
I.
Whenever I
Neither
see
have I.
one, I'm pointed slightly to one side of it.
Yeah. Oh, the amount of times, like, we're both under the stars and stuff. We do see our fair share of, like, huge big fireballs. Never capture one. even though doing like even like time lapses for a meteor shower, you get the odd meteor shower, good wee like little tiny fireballs, but you never get the big one.
Nah.
The one time I did get a huge fireball, I don't know if I posted it because it was really annoying. I'll put it up in the video. But it was this huge fireball. It started in the south and ended in the north, and people were filming it in like Glasgow and stuff. And it went on for a good like 20 seconds. And thankfully, I was like pointing in the right direction over a castle. I'm like, oh, that'll be in frame, perfect. But a cloud, there was like loads of cloud over it, and you could just see the kind of the fireball behind the cloud. I'm like, fuck, Jesus. But I'll put the picture up, and you could literally see a huge big fireball behind this wee bit of cloud. And I'm like, never,
It's
just
an
never gonna
incredibly
get it.
frustrating hobby, isn't it? It can be really,
Yeah,
really frustrating, but it can
but
be really rewarding as well. Like I've just
yeah,
started
I'll
importing
never
those
change it.
shots from last night, and they
Yeah,
look, hopefully, they look like they're going to be great.
yeah,
Just close up Milky Way 135 could be really good, or it could
yeah.
completely fail. We shall see.
Yeah. The thing about photography, even if we don't capture it, it's the experiences. I mean, seeing like the world at night, not many people see the Milky Way and stuff, and the things you see, and temperatures and the weather, and it's cool experiences.
It's
Do you get any
amazing.
like terrible weather down there? You don't get too bad weather. We get hard
We're
frost.
we're pretty lucky
Yeah,
in that respect. We just get constant cloud though, is the only thing. Like we can go a full month without getting
yeah,
even just a couple hours. It's so rare for us to get a full night of clear.
yeah,
And that's the hardest part with this. You're trying to put hours and hours into this hobby. You've got all this gear that you've invested all this money into,
yeah,
and yeah, you then don't get any clear at all.
yeah,
I do try to, even if I'm just going local, every time it's clear, I try to use it. Or even if I'm just shooting out the front of the house, I try and
yeah,
not miss any clear really. And that's why I ended up with two cameras as well. We're so rare that we get the clear. I want to double up my time every time
yeah,
that it actually is. So I think, yeah,
yeah,
like weather-wise, I think we're okay. It's not too bad. It's just the cloud for us.
yeah. Yeah, you can see sometimes on your videos as well. It's like halfway through, oh, cracking shot, and the clouds came over, and you
Yeah,
film it. And you're
done.
like, oh, goodness. Yeah, I've started to kind of just go out when it's completely clear. Like I missed like there was a huge big Northern Light show a few weeks ago. Could have probably gone out and got a good shot, but because it was a wee bit partly cloudy, I'm like, no, I'm not risking it because a lot of times we've been out and it's just clouded over.
I can
Um,
understand it. Like, it's just a
but
waste of fuel, isn't it? It's a waste of fuel, waste of time.
yeah, it's a
But
lot
I
of
still,
lot of effort.
I'll go out for maybes. I'll still take the maybes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
always
thing.
got to
Just
be in it to win it.
us being on the UK little islands, we're always just battered by the Atlantic with stuff. But yeah, any future things then? Future plans for Britain for shooting? You just gonna stick to Milky Way, but hopefully Noctis and Clouds very soon. That'll be pretty good.
Not to lose the clouds. It's I always call it the consolation prize of summer. Really, like I would rather
Yes.
it was dark than look at not to losing clouds. I like them. I think they're pretty. But once I've shot it the first time and seen it once a year, I'm pretty done with it straight away.
Yeah,
So
not a huge
what I'm
fan.
going for this year is filters. I'm gonna still go out every time it's clear. I'm gonna shoot filters, and I'm going to go narrow band, and I've got the UHC filter, and I'm going to just go 135 and 24 and just batter Cygnus over summer. So that is the plan, is
Hmm.
just to get hours and hours of exposure over Cygnus and hope to still get I'd still get a decent shot at the end of it. That's what I'm going to aim for over the next couple of months. But I
Yeah.
do also want to go to South Wales. I want to try and see if I can get some bioluminescence, because that would be amazing.
Yes,
But then
see
also
that. I would love to see that.
it'd be game changing. I've just seen on Reels someone who went to Abersock last night, so went North Wales. I was slightly further south, and he saw bioluminescence last night.
Wow, I would
So
love
that
to.
would
Yeah, I
be.
don't know how to forecast it, or is there a time
I've
of
no
year,
idea.
or is it
I don't even know if you can forecast it. I think you just turn up and hope for the best. But
just
yeah,
hope for
so
the best?
that's what I'm going to go for. Hopefully, South Wales, shoot a bit of bioluminescence, hopefully, or still just get the Milky Way when we're down there. But we're talking
Yeah,
6 hours drive for me. So God knows
yeah.
what it would be for you.
Is it? Oh God, Christ! I know. I don't know if you get bioluminescence, and well, in Scotland, I don't know because the people up in like northern Norway they get it quite a lot.
Don't know how it works.
So
I don't know
I
how it
don't know how
works.
it works.
I've seen it once before when I was on my honeymoon in Mauritius, and again, absolutely amazing. But I've not
Wow.
seen it was only little speckles. It wasn't like the full thing kicking off. So
You could see it with the eye, naked eye. You could just see
it. It was amazing. I've got it on camera as well. It's only little specks floating around, but yeah, I've got it on the honeymoon vlog.
What the hell? So it's just like little bits of blue. Yeah, I'd love to see that because I don't. It's just weird. Imagine that on an astroblog or Northern Lights with Blue. Oh,
no.
Jeez, oh. One thing I was going to say to you, but like, so if you're doing a really deep, like, picture and you want to get crazy detail, would you like say do one area for the night sky, 6 hours one night, and then you could go back another night, 6 hour, and you could keep doing that, and then do that for like a whole month and get like 200 hours on one thing, and then just stitch it all together.
If we ever got 200 hours of clear, that's probably what we get over a year. Like, but my most frustrating picture is my Andromeda, and that was, I think, 7 hours total over 5 nights, 3 different Bortles, just shooting 135 Andromeda, stacking. It looks shit. the details. But I don't know. I don't know if that's because of my skies. I don't know because I don't know how to edit it properly because I don't really know what I'm doing. I just sort of follow other tutorials and edit the deep space stuff. I don't know whether it's that. Maybe the data is there and I can't get it out, but I don't think it is. And yeah, I just found that I spent so many days getting that data together, stacking together, and it was disappointing.
I think it's all to do with, with astrophotography in particular, editing is like 50% of it. Shooting is one half and then editing is the second half. Because the guy I just spoke to a few days ago, Haroon, Netherlands, he's got a terrible like light pollution. So when he gets amazing like Milky Way pictures. But yeah, he said it's like when you take the raw file, you can hardly see the Milky Way. So it's just the way they edit it and kind of stretch the data and manage to kind of pull out the data, which I have no idea how to do that.
That's it, hours and hours of data. But that's what I'm going to go for with Cygnus over summer. That's the aim.
Yeah, that's the game. Well, I'm just hoping for Noctis and Clouds for someone to do because I'm bored. Or maybe the moonrise.
Like daylight up there.
Yeah, it's because I was out last night for a walk at 10:30, and you could just see you could see a few stars, but nothing worth taking a picture of. Venus is still there. You're not doing any planetary photography?
Doesn't interest me. Don't know why. No interest in shooting the moon. Don't know why. No interest in planets. Don't know why. But I think eventually I want to get a telescope. Just a 72 ED to get me started now. But eventually I think I will have a full automated setup at home. So at that point, longer focal lengths, then the planets might be quite interesting actually at that point.
Yeah. Would you not just get the huge big equipment, like say there's the guy who's everyone knows, Trevor, Astro Backyard. I mean, he is like best of the best gear. Would you not just get that, a huge big tripod, huge big telescope, and then shoot the hell out of a deep sky object and get the best of the best? I know it's not very portable, which is annoying.
That's it. Eventually I will do that, but it will be a permanent rig that will sit at home. What I like to do is travel. I like landscape. So at the moment,
you like your landscapes, yeah.
That's it. It has to be portable, my gear. And actually saying that, I've got the telescope tripod, I've got the GTI. It's borderline getting where it's not actually that portable now. Like you can't go climbing up the hill with that gear. It has to sit by the side of the car. So I will slowly transition that way. That's same me. Like I think I just wanted to just travel about, see just new places, things like that. Sitting in the back garden would probably bore me for a wee bit. That's it. It's all about the sky, obviously, but the foregrounds are really important, and I like to get a good foreground, new places, different perspectives.
I feel, but Lake District and your sort of areas seem really good, kind of foregrounds. Even Wales looks pretty good. Well, they're proper dark sky sites, aren't they? Absolutely stunning. Like the skies last night were incredible. But as Astro Dark was ending, was finally when the Milky Way was moving around to shooting it out to sea. So it was actually shooting over land during the whole time it was dark. So the skies were amazing last night, but I don't know how well these pics are going to come out because there was light pollution. So I'd love to visit the Lake District in Wales and stuff, but I just feel bad because I'm like, well, I'm in Scotland. I mean, Scotland's just as good, really. Go up north. It's not bad. Yeah, true. You need to visit everything up there first before you pretty much go down. But it'd be cool to meet in the Lake District for some sort of astro shoot or something. Man, hit me up. I'm around. Photographers. But that's pretty much. I think I've got everything. I think pretty much a nice wee chat. That's all right.
Nice one. Yeah, that's great. I appreciate you reaching out to me.
I like your work, so it's good to hear from different photographers and see their stories.
Thank you very much. Really
There we
appreciate it.
go.